Chapter 13, Access Control Assurance. Learning objectives and key concepts. Learning objectives. Mitigate risk from unauthorized access to IT systems through proper testing and monitoring. Key concepts. Component of information assurance, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The CIA triad throughout an IT infrastructure. Access control system monitoring and reporting. Audit logs and audit trails. SIEM, interaction with access control. What is information assurance? The practice of managing IT risks related to storage, transportation, creation, and handling of information. Originated in the U.S. government, specifically the military and intelligence infrastructure. Shares common goals with information security, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Also concerned with privacy, compliance, governance, and strategic risk management. Models of information assurance, the CIA triad, the 5 pillars of information assurance, and the Parkerian Hexad. The CIA triad, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The property that information is not disclosed to systems and titles, entities, users possess devices unless they have been authorized to access the information. The confidentiality breach occurs when an unauthorized individual gains access to sensitive information. Anytime an unauthorized user can access confidentiality information, a breach has occurred. Confidentiality is maintained through proper utilization of access controls. The property whereby an entity has not been modified in an unauthorized manner. Data integrity refers to the principles that information cannot be changed, created, or deleted without proper authorization. Information integrity, information receives the same and is the same information originally created. The document stored in multiple locations contains the exact same information. The property of being accessible and usable upon demand by an authorized entity. Information is accessible when needed. Networks and systems used to store information must be working correctly. Can be compromised by accidents, system failure, and malicious attacks. The 5 pillars: availability, integrity, authentication, confidentiality, and non-repudiation. The 5 pillars: authentication, process of verifying the identity of others, attributes claimed by assumed of the entity, user, process, or device, or to verify the source of integrity of data. It ensures knowing that those who access the information are those who say they are. Achieved through the 3 tests: what you know, what you have, what you are. Non-repudiation, assurance that the sender of information is provided with proof of delivery and the receipt is provided with proof of sender identity. So neither can later deny having processed the information. Both sender and receiver are accountable for information. To implement must be a way for the sender to verify that the receiver got the information and the receiver to verify the sender's identity. The M-Kuber cube, technologies, policies, and practice, transmission, storage, and process, availability, integrity, and confidentiality. The Parkerian Hexad, availability, utility, confidentiality, process of control, integrity, authenticity. The Parkerian Hexad, possession or control is the concept that control of the information can be breached without the confidentiality breach. Authenticity is the appropriateness of the labeling of information. Utility described as useful data. How can information assurance be applied to access control? Select the appropriate information assurance model. Determine the specific requirements based on the chosen IA model. Enforce confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Train employees on awareness. Access control. Enforce confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Access controls enforce confidentiality. Primary function of access control is to allow or deny access to the resources and the data. Access control enforce integrity. Prevents the loss of data integrity by preventing unauthorized users from the model data object either accidentally or intentionally. Access control enforce availability. Enforces confidentiality, integrity, and ensures availability. Training and information assurance awareness. Employees must be constantly aware of the information assurance implications of their actions. Employees must be vigilant and watch for signs of attack. Staff members should be trained in the basics of information assurance. What are the goals of access control system monitoring and reporting? Accuracy. Monitor the systems must have a high level of accuracy. Variety. Monitor the system must be available to detect many types of suspicious activities. Timeliness. Systems must report suspicious activities quickly enough for the systems administrator to cut off the attacking process. Ease of use. Systems reporting the facility must create reports that are easy to read and understand. What are the goals of access control system monitoring and reporting? Anomaly detection. What is known good? What is unknown bad? Misuse detection. What is bad is known. Intrusion detection systems. Compares activity to a blacklist of known and suspicious events. Specification detection. Similar to misuse detections, which operates on the whitelist principles instead of a blacklist. What checks and balances can be implemented? Check and monitor events types audit logs. Track and monitor user types audit logs. Tracks and monitor unauthorized acts user logs. Windows Server of a setup. Audit trails and audit log management. Log file management. A system of storing and rotating log files. Log file parsing. Two processes of translating and reformatting raw log files into useful reports. Audit trails, a series of events gleaned from parsed log files, report over a period of time. Audit trails and audit log management and parsing. Time, normalization, prioritization, tunnel vision. Security information and event management. Designed to centralize the storage and normalizing log files from a wide variety of applications and devices. It simplifies the task of a manual analyzing log files. Integration of the security information event management application is more difficult due to the lack of standards and auditing policies. Best practices for forming ongoing systems assurance. Follow the defined model. Use access control to enforce IA. Implement a DIS. Make audit trails analysis a priority. Implement an ongoing training policy. Case studies and example. Private sector. Acme Tech Systems, a provider of the service to the U.S. government. Network attacks exposed critical information. Many initiatives start in the response, including training programs for IT with hands-on labs. Number of successful attacks decreased by half. Public sector. Major university must comply with HIPAA. Embarked on an information assurance risk assessment project during the planning phase of the teleradiology program. Critical infrastructure. U.S. Coast Guard handles handled availability of information and maintained Hawaiian ports, implemented a centralized IP network access across the systems. Summary: components of information assurance, confidentiality, integrity, and availability throughout the IT infrastructure, access control systems, monitoring and reporting, audit logs and audit trails, security information and event management, interaction with access systems.